What is climate change and why does it matter? Hey there! Welcome to A Changing Climate. If you found yourself wondering what all the buzz about climate change is, you're not alone. It's everywhere. In the news, on social media, even in your grocery store aisles. But what exactly is it? And why should we care? Don't worry. We're here to break it all down. No science degree required. By the end of this video, you'll know what climate change really is, how it's affecting the planet, and why we all need to be paying attention. So let's jump right in. First things first, what is climate change? Simply put, climate change refers to long-term shifts and alterations in temperature and weather patterns on Earth. Now, you might be thinking, okay, I know the weather changes all the time. But climate is different. It's the average weather conditions over a long period of time, decades, centuries, even millennia. And right now, that average is shifting in a big way. So what's causing this big shift? Well, let's break it down. The main culprit? Greenhouse gases. These are gases in Earth's atmosphere, like carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide, that trap heat from the sun. Imagine Earth like a cozy blanket. Greenhouse gases act like that blanket, keeping some heat in. Normally, this is a good thing, keeping our planet warm enough to support life. But here's the catch. Humans are adding way too many of these gases into the atmosphere. Now, you might be asking, how are we doing that? Good question. The biggest sources of greenhouse gas emissions come from things like burning fossil fuels, coal, oil, and natural gas, deforestation, and industrial agriculture. These activities release huge amounts of carbon dioxide and other gases into the atmosphere. The effects of climate change are vast and far-reaching. We're seeing more extreme weather events like hurricanes and wildfires becoming more frequent and intense. Sea levels are rising, which threatens coastal communities around the world. Additionally, ecosystems and wildlife are being disrupted, leading to loss of biodiversity. It's clear that the impact of climate change is profound and requires urgent action. First up, rising sea levels. As the planet warms, polar ice caps and glaciers are melting at an alarming rate. This causes sea levels to rise, which threatens coastal communities and ecosystems. In fact, if global temperatures continue to rise, entire cities could be underwater in the not-so-distant future. But it doesn't stop there. Next, we've got more extreme weather events. Climate change is making extreme weather more intense and frequent. We're seeing stronger hurricanes, longer and more devastating droughts, intense wildfires and floods. This means more damage to homes, infrastructure, and of course, lives. And it's not just about the weather being a little weird. It's about people losing their livelihoods, homes, and sadly, sometimes their lives. And guess what? Climate change is also messing with ecosystems and biodiversity. Species that once thrived in certain areas are being forced to relocate, or in some cases, face extinction. From polar bears losing their ice habitats to coral reefs bleaching and dying due to warmer ocean temperatures, many species are struggling to adapt. And when one part of the ecosystem is disrupted, it can have a ripple effect on everything else. Okay, so you're probably thinking, this sounds pretty bad, but is there any good news? Yes, there are plenty of things we can do to slow down and even reverse the impacts of climate change. Let's talk about solutions for a second. First, we can reduce our greenhouse gas emissions. This means transitioning to renewable energy sources like solar, wind, and hydroelectric power instead of relying on coal and gas. We can also drive electric cars, improve energy efficiency in our homes, and invest in greener technologies that produce less carbon. And that's not all. Another powerful solution is reforestation. Planting trees helps absorb CO2 from the atmosphere and can play a huge role in mitigating climate change. On top of that, cutting down on food waste, adopting sustainable farming practices, and supporting policies that encourage environmental protection all add up. It's not just about big businesses or governments. Individuals can make a difference too. Simple actions like reducing waste, eating more plant-based foods, and advocating for stronger climate policies can all help. The good news is that it's not too late to make a change, but it does require action from everyone, everywhere. The more we learn about climate change, the more power we have to fight it. So now you know, what is climate change, why it's happening, and what it means for our planet. The good news is there's hope. By understanding the issue and making changes in our lives, we can help build a sustainable future for ourselves and the generations to come. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more on climate change, sustainability, and how we can all make a difference. Drop your thoughts, questions, or any tips you have in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and remember, a changing climate needs a changing us.